I want to give you a chance here to discuss anything that I have missed, anything that you're interested in at this time.
Two things that are very important. One is those websites that carry statistical services based on historical measures, so that you can really see where inflation is and what these money supply figures themselves mean.
Shadow stats?
Yes, I think he's extremely good at what he does, and I firmly believe that you need to have that offset. The attempt on JS Mindset is educational. We use the marketplace as a blackboard, that's all. But what theory is to teach what currencies are all about and to try and project such change as the dollar becoming a carry trade to what that's going to mean to the dollar in the future. Not only helping people hopefully get through this thing in one piece, but passing on that knowledge to their family and to their kids, maybe keeping enough of it alive that we don't become a society of algorithms where markets have no meaning whatsoever except for some mathematical relationship wholly devoid of a fundamental, and really give up all of the investment characteristic of markets, because that's really what the public deals with, to the denizens of Wall Street in their outrageous computer systems.
As we wrap up, every professional trader has had a handful of victories that stand out vividly when he looks back over his investing career.
How about the other side? As a kid, I went short tech stock when I was a kid.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I spent 5 years paying off the debt. My victories and my defeats are all interesting.
Does anything else come to mind, that you're going to share with your grandkids and closest friends?
My grandkids, they wouldn't have any interest in it. Why do you think I write Mindset? I want somebody to get this information. If I have a pop quiz amongst my family or in my office, everybody fails. Oh, yes.
Someone didn't like that too much.
Yeah, that was somebody laughing in the background. But I do my pop quizzes all the time. It's very disappointing.
So I hope you don't administer bonuses as a result of the test scores.
Absolutely. Oh, no question about it. Well, I need Mr. Fred, my dog, with me.
That's right. Any plans for a return trip to China or South Africa? How is Mr. Fred, by the way, today?
He's doing pretty good. He's a little long in the tooth here, and now we have only two names for him, doorstop or paperweight. And I put his picture on Mindset, and somebody sent me a diet milk bone, so that's got to tell you something. Traveling is always important. I mean, I've got a business in Africa, and China's where it's at. So, yeah, I will tell you that, over 65, that jet lag really starts to hurt. But that's part of what we do today. There's no way in the world to live a life of a hermit and to participate in these markets.
Exactly. Any other plans, trips to China or South Africa?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I will tell you that, my kids live in Bryanston and Johannesburg. So, obviously I'm going to South Africa. My business is in Tanzania, and hope for new partners are in China.
What turned them on to that part of the world? Is that where they grew up?
My daughter went over to do social service back in the late 80s when I first went over to establish my business relationships. And my wife wanted to kill me because she never came back. And all my wife thought is the only thing she could marry is a bureaucrat. I was in terrible trouble for having taken my daughter to Africa and the fact she didn't come back. I lived in Tanzania for a while. And, she just loved the life over there. And it really is a wonderful life. And maybe it's a small pond, but these are close social relationships they make. And the extended family is a reality there. So, there's a wonderful character to Africa that very few people understand. And I don't know if you saw that, but they formed a common market amongst 6 countries last week. Viable countries. Everybody's looking at China. Okay, but what they're missing is what the raw material market's doing for Africa. And, there are viable countries with wonderful leaders. The theory is the viable country, rich in minerals with capable leadership, has a phenomenal future.
And strategically located, I might add, too.
And truthfully, probably geopolitically the safest place in the world, sub-Saharan Africa.
Well, as we close, for listeners who'd like to find out more about jsmindset.com, please direct them to your website.
jsmindset.com.
Very good. All right, Jim, as always, I want to thank you for joining us, taking time out of your busy schedule, and have yourself a wonderful week, sir.
I sure will. It's a lot of fun talking to you. Bye-bye now.